The Undergraduate Valedictorian Award is given to this year's spring undergraduate student with the highest academic achievement. Please welcome Bachelor of Fine Arts Valedictorian Aaron Gregory, illustration.
All right, my speech is like 32 minutes long. First, but very importantly, I want to sincerely thank my classmates, my teachers, my department directors, Chuck Pyle and Lords Livingston, for helping me become the artist standing here in front of you. From the bottom of my heart, I want to thank my mom and my aunt. I should have put this at the end of the speech. To my mom and my aunt for encouraging me to make art, music, to love science, to write poetry. They passed on the art gene from my grandfather to me. Thank you so much. Man, I'm not gonna get through this one. It's like 16 pages. Most importantly, I want to thank my wife, Jackie, and my daughter, Pearl, whose unwavering support made this possible. I had a lot of other things to say about you guys, but I'll lose it if I keep going on that. I'm so honored to be the valedictorian for 2014-2015 Academy of Art University. But this reward goes to Jackie and Pearl just as much as me. All right, you guys ready? On April 9th, 1993, I was 15 years old, so you can do the math. I stood in this very same massive room, not far from where I am now, just in front of probably the same stage or something similar. I was about one person away from the front of the stage, and there I stood for several hours, legs killing me, feet killing me, cramped in with thousands of people behind me and to the side. I couldn't move. But my endurance paid off as I stood through 3 opening bands. One of the greatest idols, the iconic artist of my generation, walked out on this stage, strapped on a guitar, and stood about 10 feet in front of me. His name was Kurt Cobain, and his band was called Nirvana. Back then, it took years for someone like Cobain to come around and just obliterate the status quo. For a decade before, mainstream rock music had gotten materialistic, self-serving, and practically unlistenable on the radio, until Nirvana came around and changed all of that. Nirvana was the Cézanne to the Paris Salon, and the same equivalent to rock music. That resonance that Cobain had with the masses was surely on display that night, because as he came out, everyone pushed forward. And here I stand, 15 years old, completely crushed. My favorite band in the whole world is practically an arm's length away from me, and I last about 6 songs before I kind of start to panic. Luckily, this huge guy behind me saw me kind of turning green, asked if I needed help, grabbed me, turned me around, and pushed me through the crowd of rocking out, tumultuous people. And on my own, I eventually clawed my way back to the bleachers and found a seat. And there I sat, catching my breath, relaxing, and just kind of content to watch everyone else have a go at it from a safe distance. That entire experience mirrors a lot of what going through art school is like, as you guys know. We work, we wait, we work, and we wait for what seems like forever, just for this day. Always feeling the pressure of the thousands of other students we have in our classes and in our workshops, all vying for that same goal. When our degrees arrived in the mail in the last couple of weeks, it was a lot like being in the crowd when Cobain came out. Now, all together, we push forward as professional artists, as professional creators, and we do it together. But we push forward into a world far different than the one that I was here rocking out in 1993. Once unimaginable tech is now everywhere. An iPad is old hat. played with as much by my 3-year-old daughter as it is used by comic book creators to self-publish their latest magna opus. Today, artistic perspectives and preferences are changing as fast as somebody can swipe their finger across the screen. Cultural tastes are challenged and made obsolete, not in a matter of years, like in Cobain's day, but in a matter of months. Modern pioneers on par with the greats like Cobain, Jean-Michel Basquiat, Francis Bacon, Mobius, Picasso, are morphing and altering trends in everything from underground rock music to comic book art to boutique industrial design. It's a hard word to say, boutique. It's this technology that makes an art school graduate in the year 2015 so thrilling. Mind-bending tools carried around in our pockets like a pack of gum enable us to digitally sketch someone asleep on the BART train across from us. Before the train reaches the station, we post it on our blog. At 3 a.m. in our lonely, cold studios, as we finish a sculpture, we take a picture of it. We can send it to anybody, anywhere in the world. We can take our phones out and study images from the greatest artists ever to live, from Greek sculptors to ephemeral street art like that of Banksy. The question is, does it matter if the art being displayed on your phone is incredible, if you're missing the world around you, if you're not realizing maybe the person sitting next to you is the guy who made that art? I desperately don't want my daughter to grow up in a world where every person walks around staring at a device in their hands or strapped to their wrist or worn on their head. Google Glass will eventually give way to Google contact lenses, and we might be finally looking forward, but we're going to be looking through the people around us, because we're going to be looking at screens. We won't just miss the forest for the trees, we'll miss the trees. We'll miss the streams, we'll miss the oceans, we'll miss the animals. We'll miss the writing on the wall, we'll miss the paintings in the museum, we'll miss the sculptures in the garden, we'll miss the songs being strummed in that BART station. We need to make art so relevant that it forces people to look up from our devices, to see the world whirling around them. As artists, it's our duty to help people experience the world, not just view the world. Humanity is already more connected. Thank you. Humanity is already more connected than it's ever been. But as artists, we have to bring people together. Let's not obsess so much on the device and on who made it, because in the right hands, it's just a brush. It's just a canvas. But rather, let's celebrate the illustrations, the photography, the games being made, the paintings being made, the poems being written, the fashion being designed, the cars being drawn out. Let's celebrate that. Johannes Gutenberg invented the printing press in 1440. For as brilliant as he was, he never wrote any of the poetry that was printed on it. But Kurt Cobain did. For my dad, thanks.
And our valedictorian, Aaron Gregory. That completes our BFA in illustration.